Today we are going to be talking about money mindset, which is a topic that many people do not give a lot of thought and attention to, but it's so important to periodically just consider your mindset, because this is essentially your set of beliefs or your attitude toward money, which really influences how you manage it and how you spend it. So if you want to be better with money, you want to make smarter decisions, keep watching to see exactly what you can do to get out of a rut. And for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is V. I am a personal finance writer. So on this channel, we talk a lot about personal finance. We talk a lot about how you can save money, but also how you can improve your entire financial picture. So if you like videos like this and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button below. The first step to improving your money mindset is to acknowledge bad money advice that you have received. And I realize that this can be very difficult, but sometimes in order to do better financially, you have to let go of some of the money advice that you received in your early years. Not all advice is good advice, even when it comes from a good place and it comes from someone who you trust and look up to. Typically, we tend to imitate our parents and others who've played an important role in our life. So when it comes to managing our money, we might even manage our finances the way they did. Now, if they are excellent with money and they've made a ton of great decisions, that is wonderful, because their good habits can potentially rub off on us. But if the people who we're imitating haven't figured it out for themselves and they've made a ton of financial mistakes, a lot of times we're gonna make the same mistakes. And when it comes to finances, I think some people also get stuck in a routine. It's as if they become creatures of habit. They've been doing something a certain way for years, and it's so difficult for them to kind of flip the switch. But to be better with money, you really have to reflect on some of the lessons that you learned either directly or indirectly in your early years. And then you have to acknowledge bad habits that might have been passed down. So bottom line is that when changing your money mindset, you have to open your eyes and your mind and be open to the possibility that maybe you're doing things wrong and there's a better way to manage your finances. The second tip to changing your money mindset is to focus on your why. And this is so important because knowing your motivation is really going to influence what you do with your money. Wanting to do better financially just because isn't always enough to keep you on the right path. Now, it might be enough to get you started, in which case you might do good for a few days, weeks, or even a few months. But if you want to continue on this path and really get to the finish line, you have to understand what is driving you, what is your motivation, and why are you trying to do better financially. Think about the countless people who make money goals as their New Year's resolution. Now, some of these people, they do great throughout the year and they actually hit their goals. But for a lot of people, after the first few weeks or maybe the first couple of months, sometimes the goal gets put on the back burner, and the reasons vary. But I'm willing to bet that some people also fall off because they haven't clearly identified their why or their motivation. And to give you an example, if you set a goal of saving money, why do you want to save money? For some people, maybe you want to buy a house. For others, maybe you want to have more experiences, or maybe you're just tired of being in a rut and not having enough money to handle unexpected expenses. Whatever your motivation or whatever your why, just make sure you identify it. And once you have it identified, it's so important to make it visual, because I find that when you put your goals on paper and when you post them in areas where you can see them on a regular basis, that in itself is enough to really keep you on track and keep you focused. It's also important that you learn how to distinguish your needs from your wants. And this is something that a lot of people struggle with, but it is crucial if you're looking to save more money. And so that we're all on the same page, basically your needs, those are necessities that you need in order to live. Wants, on the other hand, those are your desires that add comfort to your life. And learning the difference between the two is really key to getting ahead financially, because when you think about people who overspend or those who shop impulsively, a lot of times it has to do with them just not really understanding what they need and what they don't need. Our wants can be very, very powerful. And to be clear, there's nothing wrong with enjoying our money or treating ourselves. The problem is that when we're unable to control our wants and our desires, that basically can set us up for financial ruin. The need for instant gratification keeps a lot of people stuck. It keeps a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck, and it also keeps a lot of people in debt. So if you have a problem with shopping or you have a problem denying yourself, before you buy anything, it is so important to have an honest, serious conversation with yourself and consider whether a purchase is going to get you closer or farther away from your goals. Another way to change your money mindset is to believe that you can do better. And you know, when it comes to doing better financially or doing better with anything in life in general, if you don't believe in yourself, it is going to be very difficult for you to get to where you want to be. And the reason being is because I firmly believe that you are your biggest cheerleader. You are the one who's ultimately going to keep you on that path and motivate yourself to succeed. When it comes to mindset, negative self-talk is more powerful than I think a lot of people realize. And admittedly, I think we all probably do it at some point in time. You know, we get in a rut where we're not where we want to be financially and we kind of come down hard on ourselves, and we all do it. We're only human. But at the same time, I think it's so important that we learn how to recognize this negativity, and instead of focusing on what we aren't doing or what we haven't done yet, focus on what we can do and what we will do in the future. Another tip to changing your money mindset is to watch your association. Not only should you believe that you can do better, you need to surround yourself with people who also believe that you can do better. The sad reality is that there might be some people in your life who don't want you to do better. They want you to stay exactly where you are, which is stuck and financially unhappy. Sometimes the people who hold you back are those who are also in a bad place financially. And we've all heard the saying that misery loves company. So if these people are not doing well financially, they don't want you to do well financially. But on the flip side of that, sometimes the person holding you back is someone who's actually doing better than you financially. And it's almost as if psychologically, they don't want you on the same playing field. The bottom line is that some people will discourage you from wanting to do better financially, and be mindful that this discouragement is not always obvious. They can use different tactics. Some people might refuse to celebrate any of your success. They may downplay your plans, or they just might come outright and say you can't do something. If you experience anything like this, it is so important that you get these people out of your head, you prove them wrong, because listening to them can potentially keep you stuck. So there you have it. Those are my simple tips to improve your money mindset and get yourself out of a rut. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Here we talk a lot about personal finance and different ways that you can fix your wallet. So if you like videos like this, I do post every weekend and sometimes during the week. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in a few days.